Hey guys, we're going to be reviewing some clips from our possible MSI opponents. Thank you to NZXT for this episode. Make sure to check out their peripherals. This is a clip from HLE versus T1. Let's take a look at what Keria did here. He's playing Poppy. He swapped his spellbook to Exhaust. There's a dragon up, and he's currently hiding in a bush. What's he up to? They pushed him out, so he ran back a little. Now we're TPing behind. What is he gonna do? Ult someone out and then flashy someone in the wall? Let's see. Does he have vision? Dropped a ward. Okay, now they know he's there. Is he gonna ult? Boom! Flash ult hit them both. That was very nice. That was 1v9 for sure. Because he casted ult, and while casting, he had to click F. It's actually not that easy to do with your fingers. If you play with 3 fingers on QWE, it's quite the finger gymnastic. On the NZXT keyboard, assuming he plays with 3 fingers on QWE, he's like casting ult, and then he has to use his thumb to click F, and then ult. And yeah, they win the team fight. I didn't really watch what happened after, but with that start, surely they win the team fight.
Check out the NZXT stuff. This is the mouse from their collection. Remember to use the code FLY5. So Zed is becoming very popular in solo queue nowadays, and I think it's actually pretty strong. So today we are gonna be looking at Tarzan's game from LPL playoffs, and I will talk about what he was doing during the game. So Zed Jungle picked here. I'm not really sure if it's the best angle. I think it's okay angle. He has a Galio mid, which has a good gank setup. He's playing against Trundle, which is one of the better Zed matchups, because Trundle doesn't really have any CC lockdown for you. And when you play Zed, you are not really that strong 1v1, so you kind of need to make use of the fact that you clear way faster than the enemy jungler, and because of that you can always get item advantage and fight when you have actually better items. That's what the Zed does in this game pretty well. He just finishes 6 camps and it's already like 250. Because of that he's able to spend his gold before he interacts with enemy champs. I think here he's just making a mistake. I think it would be better to just run straight into the crab and actually contest Trundle in the 1v1, but he probably decided that the crabs have very low value, so he rather try to surprise enemy bot lane with a gank, but BLG bot lane is just crazy good that they don't fall into this trap, because they might feel very confident they have their jungler on a bot crab, and Zed is not contesting the Trundle, which means Zed might not be in the area, but he was just looking for a gank and it didn't work. Because of that he loses the Scuttle Crab. It's not really a big deal, the first Scuttles don't really give that much. Ooh, they might even get the Raptor cam, so he got a little bit of something because of his clear speed. And after that the Zed power is not actually that strong. I think he's just like pretty weak champ at around this point of the game, at level 5, when everyone has even items and even HP, because he's not really a tank, he's not really a bruiser. All he offers is just a little bit of poke. He gets a Drake, and basically he did his job in the early game, and now it's all gonna be about how are you gonna use your mechanics in fights. So from this point onward, like 8 minutes onwards, it's just a team game, and whichever team plays better in the team fight. As you can see, Zed, he doesn't really commit into the fight. He just presses his spells and pokes, because that's the only thing you can do as your champ. You are not really scary, and he's just looking at enemies. That's also one of the big strengths of the champ, is that he has a really strong smite around objective because of his passive, and he's just slowly trying to poke enemies. His team just is stronger, so they managed to push them out. And they made a pick on side lane. I think I don't really see how Nar can die in this position, but he managed to die, so well played to AL. I mean, Tarzan ulting is okay, but I felt like Bean could have just flashed and kept his ult for Galio, and if Galio decides to do that under tower, I think Nar could have outplayed them, but he didn't do that. Also, big strength of Zed Jungle is that his first item is Eclipse. Not many jungle champs buy it, and it's the cheapest item in the game that gives you very big power spikes. So they are trying to do Herald. They have all items completed. Enemies also have items completed. Cassiopeia has 2 items completed already. So in theory, BLG should be in better position in this fight, but let's see. I mean, every fight is winnable if you outplay enemies, but it doesn't really start too well. And might be hard, but decent engage. a lot of going on. I think Zed did a really nice combo here. I think Xayah kind of panic ulted, and I'm not really sure why would Xayah ult on full HP, but fine. And then Zed realized that he can't really kill Xayah, and he went back, then baited with his shadow, and Xayah decided to waste her flash. I think overall Zed played very well in this fight. I think Tarzan just mind controlled them. He ulted the Xayah, so Xayah kind of panicked, then walked forward. The best play was the fact that he just decided to back off and focus the Cassiopeia that was in CC. I think that was like big presence of mind during the team fight, that you realize you should actually kite out and use all of your spells on someone else than you are focusing primarily. And after that he was just clicking forward, knowing that anytime he wants he can decide to go back, and he baited Xayah to flash in and just die. So well played to him. Unlucky he didn't get a pentakill. Obviously the AD carries always steal it. So if you would want to play Zed Jungle, what I would suggest you, always try to get the item advantage over enemy before you fight them. So I would recommend always recalling before the crab spawns, because that way you actually use your clear speed. After that, try to look for a skirmish when you have items and enemy don't have. Around even items, around level 6, don't really look into that much 1v1s. I think more of a like poking type of situations. I think in 2v2s you are really strong. If someone can CC the enemy for you, you are actually strong. But in 1v1s you are not that OP. So you should just focus on farming and looking for opportunities that your teammates set you up, and then try to focus on completing your first item, because Eclipse is very cheap and usually will get faster than enemy jungler. And I think that's pretty much it. In teamfights, just make sure you play slow and watch some best Zed mains in the world, because they always show you how to make use of the champ. You need to play slow and know exact moment when you should start playing aggressively. So if you pick Zed and 1v9 in one of your games, please send the clip and I will react to it.
T1 versus KT. The only thing I remember from this game is that BDD was like 1v9 and his whole team was feeding. I didn't actually watch this game, I just saw the screenshot. Oh. Can I rewind that? The Krugs took him out. Wait, that's crazy. Oh my god. I mean, Krugs got hands, bro. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, he got taken out.
1 hour later.
He's TPing in. Very ambitious teleport if you ask me, but he's over and he yoinks it and just walks it off. And goddamn. That is one way to bounce back from dying to golems in the same series.
I got a clip submission from CFO, a possible team we will be facing at MSI. Let's go take a look. Oh, hello. Yawn, slash, boom. That's a one tap. I'm that guy. Wow. Bang, bang, bang. Hello. Cute smile, very wholesome. I like that guy. KroJJ, hello. Kind of boring, just thumbs up and staring at the camera. Okay, this guy's fishing.
Imagine if I had a real weapon.
Okay, I actually don't know what that is. Fidget spinner. Ooh. Imagine bringing a fidget spinner on stage just to use it to emote at the end. That is BM. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Wow, hitting the Gragas E's on stage, that is a statement. Oh, and he just got shot up. Cute thumbs up again. Very nice. They're hitting the same emotes, or they just keep the same emote every single time. Seeing these guys has really inspired me, and myself, I don't have the signature pose. Give me some ideas for what I should do.
We're going to be reviewing a game of a team we might play. This particular game, there's a Gragas, and I've been playing Gragas in our game 5, so this is the champion that made me actually start playing League of Legends. I was watching my brother play way back. This is like, what, 12 years ago now? 15, like, I mean, this was in season 2, so it's like 13 years ago. I was watching him play a league game and I saw Gragas ult on the screen. I was like, damn, that looked sick. I need to play Gragas now. So I couldn't play him until I had enough IP. You usually run Grasp, you usually go Rod of Ages. The reason why you would want to play Grasp in general is because even though you can run away using Phase Rush, your cooldowns are really high in the early game when you're playing Gragas. And with Grasp, you actually shift the pattern from E and Q to start playing around your W. What he does is he stacks Grasp, walks up, basic attack with Grasp, and you body slam, so you interrupt their auto attack. I'm just gonna fast forward through the early game a little bit here just to have a look. He's whittling down the Gwen. He's able to, leveraging the healing from his passive and his Grasp as well as Second Wind, he's going to be able to create a situation where he can get the wave in. He does get the recall he wants, but he gets to save his teleport and he gets to buy boots plus mana crystal. Even with just mana, obviously Gragas is still a pretty potent laner. He's definitely not weak early game if you're playing Grasp. Here he's able to create a good situation for himself. He's actually winning the lane. He got a good trade in as the Gwen came back to lane, and he was able to leverage that into a good situation. Kept farming until he probably is going to get his Catalyst. That's what he's looking for here, and then he's going to base DP with Catalyst, and he's going to be in a good spot. Now, he went for a proxy, and when you're proxying or in general you don't have phase rush, you have to rely on your ultimate to escape sometimes. So putting yourself in a position where you body slam your opponent away from you and then ult him even further is really important. There's going to be a little scuffle here in the top lane, and we only catch the latter half of it, but I just wanted to, you know, pull this up to show you, like, you can still walk away from your opponent if you're playing smart around your cooldowns, because it's not that easy to just run down Gragas when he has E and Q. You don't need phase rush to get a melee champion off of you. Now, he uses ultimate to get the cannon and finish the proxy. Now he didn't have ultimate and he disrespected, so he had to use his flash instead of his ult. But if he had his ultimate available, he would have just ulted her and traded ults with Gwen, and that's kind of how you play these kind of matchups when you don't have phase rush. All that said and done, let's get into the team fight. When I'm playing Gragas, there's 3 things I look out for before I enter the team fight. 1, obviously getting that big bomba. You fly in there, you one-shot someone or knock them into your team, ideally a carry, and then you kill them together with your team in CC, or, you know, you just one-shot them practically and your team finishes them off. 2, a 3-pointer. What a 3-pointer is, very simple. You just roll your Q, you slow someone, and you just max range that 3-pointer. You knock them into your team. It's the bomba without the body slam in. Lastly, a much slower approach, which is you just play to disengage. You save your tools to disengage. When the enemy commits, you ult them back away from your team, and you just play to Q slow, Q slow, Q slow, and you're just playing a very slow game and being very annoying, using body slam to reposition. They use a spell on you, you body slam away, etc. So here he's gonna go walk up for a team fight here. He's just looking, he manages to Q slow both the Gwen and the Maokai, and he went for the double 3-pointer there. He was able to get the Maokai and simultaneously knock the Gwen away, which made it really easy for his team to single out Maokai, CC him, and then burst the Maokai down, while Gwen had to invest a lot of resources to try and make it back into the fight. She dashed away from the explosive cask. After that, it's really hard for him to help the Maokai. They ended up trying and pretty much got wiped. They've lost a bunch of flashes. So it was an excellent team fight from Driver. Really well played, nice placed cask, and it goes to show you how when you're playing this kind of composition where you're the melee character, the melee frontliner, Gragas has a lot of reach despite that, thanks to his QR combo. Obviously, if you're going to be playing like this in your solo queue games and you're knocking in the enemy tank, might not always get the follow-up you want, so perhaps you need to be a bit pickier with your targets if you don't have comms. I mean, certainly, I don't think he's got the figure to be a Gragas main, but he's definitely got the spirit. No! This episode of Int Audit was sponsored by NCXT. These are the peripherals I like to use myself. Check out their new peripherals and use code 55. That was it for me. I hope you are able to learn a little bit from my Gragas, and make sure to check us out at MSI for a chance to see me play it live.